violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
County shooting she just told you about is at least the second Metro Atlanta officer involved shooting this week. On Wednesday, Atlanta police shot and killed a man inside a Buckhead restaurant while he was reportedly in the middle of a mental health crisis. All of this makes this next story very timely.
Why did they present it like that, man? Oh, he's reportedly in the middle of a mental health crisis, bruh. He shot a security guard in the chest. He almost killed somebody. Like, what? What are we talking about here? It don't matter if he's mentally ill or no. No, he shot a security guard in the chest. Nobody cares about that man. Nobody.
About 2 hours, there's going to be a multi-county discussion about how to tackle crime through a regional approach. Part of that agenda will include mental health. CBS 46's Rebecca Schramm has the story.
The family believes if first responders had only made it to the man's apartment in a timely fashion after they requested help, that he would have never made it here to the Fogo De Chao in Buckhead. It was here where police say he turned violent. The family spoke with reporters yesterday afternoon. They say the system failed 22-year-old Nygil Cullins. By the time paramedics and an officer showed up to help transport him to a psychiatric hospital, he had left and the family didn't know where he went.
So, like I said, they're trying to blame the police for not showing up quickly enough to transport him to this psychiatric hospital, whatnot. Like I said, understaffed. You know, they don't have enough vehicles. You got people in DeKalb County coming from all across the country, protesting, throwing Molotov cocktails. They're dealing with a lot right now. They're dealing with a lot. And all of this has been incited by us, the community, okay? And the liberals, of course. But it's crazy, man, because they're trying to paint this picture and omitting the fact that he shot a security guard. They still haven't mentioned that security guard.
Again, mental health and how best to handle cases involving mental health patients will be one of the items on the agenda this afternoon as the county commission chairs of Fulton, Clayton, Cobb, and Gwinnett counties, along with the CEO of DeKalb County, all meet to talk about the recent increase in crime and how it sees no boundaries. CBS 46 obtained the 911 calls leading up to the shooting here in Buckhead. First, here's Nygil Cullins' mom, and then listen to another call from the restaurant a short time later.
Do you need police, fire, EMS?
I need the EMS to come and get him. I don't need police. And I want to make sure if they do come, that they're trained. He doesn't have any weapons. He's not a threat.
Yep.
Oh, he doesn't have any weapons, but how'd he shoot the security guard if he doesn't have any weapons? You know, and the mom, she did what she could. She tried. Like I said, I don't know where the father is. He should have hemmed him up. That's when you that's when you use like force to keep him in the crib. Straight up. But like I said, if it's stepdaddy in the picture, then he can't discipline that child. So there's a whole bunch of problems going on internally. And, you know, unfortunately, Buddy slipped out the door and, you know, did what he did.
I have a guy here with a gun, and he's acting very, very weird.
Okay, did he point the gun at you?
No, he just has the gun on his belt, and he's yelling at employees.
So Mama said he ain't have a gun. He pulled up the Fogo De Chao with a gun.
Police say when their officers arrived, there was a struggle and that Cullins shot a security guard and was then shot and killed by officers.
I mean, He shot the security guard. And then he got killed by the officer. What did you expect to happen? Okay. What did they expect to happen? Where did he get the strap from? These super gremlins are on demon time.
We will be at this afternoon's multi-county meeting regarding violent crime, and we'll have updates for you throughout the afternoon and evening. In Buckhead, Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
Tonight, a broken-hearted mother promises to fight for change, and it comes after an officer shot and killed a 22-year-old in the middle of a mental health crisis.
It happened at a busy Buckhead restaurant where police say the young man became violent. Everything unfolding at a Brazilian steakhouse. Atlanta police say Nygil Cullins pulled out a gun, shot a security guard, then Atlanta police fired back, killing Cullins.
But Nygil's mother says this could have all been avoided.
And
Mama says it could have all been avoided. How? Please enlighten us. Because if he was really having a mental episode and y'all was trying to stop him, y'all don't think he would have spazzed on you? You don't think he would have snapped on you? Who knows? We done seen a lot in Atlanta. We done seen a whole lot. And if you watch this channel, you know these super gremlins are on demon time.
Mental health experts agree. New at 11, CBS 46's Alan Devlin joins us live outside of that Buckhead restaurant with more details. Alan.
Yeah, John, just last night.
My man's audio is all messed up.
And after that 22-year-old was shot and killed at the Fogo De Chao right here behind me, the conversation, mental health and family asking,
his Bluetooth messing up.
Could this have been avoided?
Do you need police, fire, EMS?
I need the EMS to come and get him. I don't need police. And I want to make sure if they do come, that they're trained.
The duality of the final hours of 22-year-old Nygil Cullins is...
I mean, if he didn't have the strap, then he probably would have been straight. Straight up. But it looks like that's Pops right there. So maybe he was at work. Who knows? But somebody got to hem that boy up.
His life can in some ways be traced down to a series of 911 calls.
He doesn't have any weapons. He's not a threat.
I help people every day. This is not my kid.
The deceased family now saying that the system failed someone suffering a mental health breakdown. I talk with mental health expert Cassandra Bullard.
If we had someone who was trained to actually, calm them down from that mental state.
What? You can't just have mental health experts like all throughout, like every day. Like, where does every business gonna start having to hire a mental health expert to calm these people? Bro, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a lot of dead mental health experts for real. Like, she's acting as if she could have got in that situation and calmed it down. Bro, he shot a security guard. If you would have tried to say something, he would have shot you too.
At the home, then maybe even preventing them from leaving the home. A lot could have potentially been prevented.
After Nygil's mom made that first 911 call about her son, a second, much different call was made.
We have a guy in here with a gun, and he's acting very, very weird.
Okay, did he point the gun at you?
No, he just has the gun on his belt, and he's yelling at employees.
That response hit a Fogo De Chao. Police say Nygil inside, described in a similar manic state, but this time armed with a gun, a threat to everybody inside the restaurant. Police say Nygil shot a security guard, and then they shot him. Now the question is there anything that could have been done to get Nygil the help his family says he needed?
And if we can intervene before there's violence, before there is some type of negative behavioral response.
Bro, you can't save everybody. You can't stop every situation. You know who needed help? That damn security guard that y'all keep forgetting to mention. What about him getting shot? He got shot in the chest. He got shot in the chest. He's lucky to be alive. He could have been shot in the heart or a lung. Bro, like, come on, man. Like, dude was off his rocker. He was on one. He was... Mama said he ain't have a gun. Pulls up to Fogo De Chao with a gun. Where did he get the gun, bruh?
We could save lives on both sides.
And right now, for Nygel's family, they've made it very clear that this is not over. Of course, their efforts will not bring Nygil back, but the goal now is to increase the mental health resources and responses right here in Atlanta and across Georgia. Right now, we're live in Buckhead. Alan Devlin, CBS 46 News.
Alan, thank you.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting
just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo!
Whoa.
Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit
That's
on.
that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
63 shots fired. 63 shots fired.
No, I hope this is not the cop who shot him. It's Atlanta. I thought it was gonna be a black cop who might have shot him. I pray that this cop is not the one who shot him. Please, Lord, oh man, we gonna have hella protests. It's finna be all types of, oh my God.
We have brand new video tonight showing the moments after Atlanta officers shot and killed a man inside a Buckhead restaurant. And now we first brought it to you as breaking news last night at 11 o'clock at Fogo De Chao when that man shot a security guard.
24 hours later, we are getting a better idea of what happened before the shots were fired from someone who was actually sitting next to 22-year-old Nygil Cullins. 11 Live's Hope Ford spoke with that witness who saw what happened before things turned deadly.
That's right. The witness says they were waiting for a table, so they sat at the bar right next to Cullins. She says the tension built slowly. First, everything was fine. Then he started shouting things and trying.
Uh-oh. Bro, off rip, I would have been on guard. Off rip, I would have been on guard. Bruh pulled up with a strap in his waistband and he just starts screaming.
Tried to kick her when she tried to move away. And
he tried to kick the woman. You know, and a lot of these women claiming that they empaths. Why don't they use some empathy and try and relate to his situation and talk him down? We got plenty of, it's like every chick thinks she's like a mental health expert. Like they always talking about mental health. They always talking about what could have been done, what could have been prevented, and all we had to do was just talk it out. Like, bruh, sometimes ain't no talking it out. Sometimes ain't no talking it out, and you need another man with a gun to end that situation before these super gremlins get on demon time.
after that, things became terrifying.
63 shots fired. 63 shots fired.
This is how the night ended at Fogo De Chao. But it's not how the night began for Amanda and her friends who sat next to Nygil Cullins as they waited for a table.
The guy honestly was just quiet, and he just looked really well dressed, a really nice looking guy.
But over several minutes, Amanda says Cullins' behavior changed.
He starts just mumbling and mouthing and getting louder and louder and just saying absurd things.
So were drugs involved? And I would be curious to see what type of absurd things that they're talking about. Okay? Because this is, you know, it's great insight. This woman is a impeccable witness. Her memory is great. right? She's basically detailing it moment by moment, how it all escalated. Okay, so I'm rocking with it.
Amanda says she got nervous after hearing.
He said, I'm about to go off in this. So I got up and I walked.
Hold on, what? Hold up, what?
Says she got nervous after hearing.
He said, I'm about to go off in this probably B word or motherfreaker. You know what I mean? He said, I'm about to go off in this. God dang. Yo, imagine if you got a mouthful of steak. You got a mouthful of steak. You finna hit the salad bar and this nigga come up. Hey, man, I'm about to go off in this. You like, what the fuck?
Off in this. So I got up and I walked over to the host stand to the security guard and I said, are you guys not going to do anything about this guy?
Oh, dang. The security didn't want to do nothing. He don't get paid enough for that. Come on. Come on, Amanda. You put pressure on the security guard. Talk about, man, look. He don't get paid enough for that. That mother said, I'm about to go off of this, but I bet the security guard was like, when do I clock out?
He whispered, he has a gun. We have to wait until the cops get here.
It was then, Amanda says, things made sense.
There was a bartender who was staying far away from us. He was very quiet.
Amanda says she saw Cullins smash a glass on the floor. And
dang, this man was going off. This was going on. Obviously, this is a justified shooting. But leave it to these folks about... Watch them start protesting Fogo De Chao. I need to go up there right quick before they start protesting, bro. I might have to go this weekend because I know it's finna be OV.
Her party decided to head for the door when police arrived and approached him.
They tried to arrest him, it looked like, immediately, and he slipped out and he went to the floor. But right after that, there was a gunshot, so that's when I took off running.
Amanda's boyfriend took this video moments after the shooting stopped. Amanda calls the night chaotic and terrifying.
We're just looking for a cover because the gunshots are going off. Like, there's so many. I mean, I probably heard 10 to 15 gunshots.
Yeah, they had to air them out. They had the Swiss cheese, bro, because, like, he shot the security guard. The security guard did not want to deal with that. As a matter of fact, he said, we're going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait before the police show up. And they still ended up getting shot. That's crazy, bro. They don't get paid enough. Like I said, they need armed security or something. Because it's... at this point, you never know what can happen.
I truly think that if the cops hadn't shot him, many people would have been shot.
Yes. Yes, Amanda. Speak it, Amanda. Say that, Amanda, because people need to hear that. If the police didn't pull up and air bruh out, more people would have been shot. More people probably would have finished the security guard off. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a thou wow.
For a cover because the gunshots are going off. Like, there's so many. I mean, I probably heard 10 to 15 gunshots. I truly think that if the cops hadn't shot him, many people would have been shot.
And Amanda says she saw officers tase Cullins, but it didn't work. She also says at one point...
They tried, bruh. They tased him, it didn't work. Case closed.
Cullins encouraged people to call the cops.
Guys, I gotta run that back. She said he encouraged people to call the cops. This is suicide by cop. Simple and plain. Unfortunately, he had to take somebody else. Well, he didn't take anybody else with him, but he injured somebody else and severely injured them, could have killed them. In his whole mess, wanting to go out. You know what I'm saying? So this is suicide by cop. This case closed. Please do not protest Fogo De Chao. Please, because I'm really trying. Look, don't do it. Please, man.
Says at one point, Cullins encouraged people to call the cops.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot. By the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.